Facebook Live Sunday, hashtag Scouse Megaphone Man. I just thought I'd do a little introduction there with the guitar, some other tune that I'd learned. Where should we start tonight? Facebook Live, this is number 8, Home Truths. That's what it's all about. It's about home truths, and I put a picture out there, or Bupesh did, a picture of me and him. And someone's by the name of Tracy McCarthy has said that I can't be trusted. Now, I've got to get this out in the open. Ellie Lee Griffin is the daughter of Tracy McCarthy. She contacted me and told me about all the abuse and everything what's been going on in the family home, as well as other people. Now, if I can't be trusted, why am I a school governor? Why do I go to court and help people? Why have I got access to go into courts? You know what I mean? Tracy McCarthy, you need to sort yourself out. Don't worry about what I'm doing, right? Telling people I can't be trusted, right? You can't be trusted, you and your geezer, right? You've got to clear your names, right? Shocking, mate. Shocking. All the abuse. This girl's told me all about it. Ellie Lee Griffin told me all about it. The mother-in-law, you know. Tracy McCarthy. How come everybody's lying in your case? The social worker's lying. Tower Hamlets are lying. You know. Kafkas are all in for the money. The police are corrupt. Everyone else is to blame but Tracy McCarthy. Now, I don't care what anybody says. If somebody said on my post that I was a paedophile and I got caught in bed with a little boy, Tracy McCarthy was meant to have caught Gary in bed with a little boy. Put it all over Facebook, big rant over it, got back together. Now, putting people's names on where these kids are, they're putting their names out there with their protectors, so to speak, people that are looking after the children. Now, not everybody's wrong, Gary and Tracy McCarthy, not everybody's wrong, right? You're running around with everybody else, you know what I mean? Look into your own situation. Forced adoption's not corrupting your circumstances, because I know your case, both sides of it. I know your story, Tracy, and I know the children's side, right? So at the end of the day, stop going around, Tracy McCarthy, telling people that I can't be trusted, because I can be trusted. I went to court the other day. All you Facebook people, I'll leave it there for them, because they're not here to defend themselves, so it's not really right of me saying that, but I needed to clear that up, because she said that I couldn't be trusted. Yeah, it has offended my missus. But like I say, I'll go on. No one's going to stop me. And a big shout going out to my work engine. Now, my work engine, who I see as my work engine, are my Facebook friends, who I'll give a shit about, mate. And I'm in court soon. I'm telling you, all you people, you know, your Sheilas, you know, your Georgies, your Sandys, you know, all you people, your Jason Staples, you're all on my list. Don't worry about it, right? Because I'm off to court soon, within the next 3-4 weeks, to take the government to court for pensioning themselves, nicking kids. And I'll see my work engine. I'm going to put your names right up there, mate, because I'm not chasing people no more. I'm not doing it. Right? If people have got common sense to sit there and follow me and be part of my work engine, I'll take my hat off to every single one of you, and I'm going to love you, and I'm going to put your name on my list. And when I do expose the government for what they've been doing, I'm going to put your names up there with it. Right? I'm not just going to think of myself. I'm going to think of my work engine as well. And then people know who they are. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there naming people and all the rest of it. But the serious people, I've got what I call serious people. Do you know what I mean? And at the same time, I'd like to thank all my friends of Facebook that I've got other causes. Do you know what I mean? And regarding children's services, and they follow me and sharing my work. You know, 96 views on a video. Mate, that's fantastic. Thanks to everybody that shared that video. The likes and shares. Yeah, I'm touched by it, and I'm happy about that, you know, because I am getting out there. And by God, I mean, I've got a barrister's appointment, right? And this is a serious appointment. I'm going to court with the government. Now, all these people that are not here, they're going to lose out, because I'm going to think of myself and my work engine and nobody else. And then, once I'm doing that, I'm going to go on about change, to make change, because that's what I'm about. I can sit here slagging the government off to the hilt, you know. And again, I'm sorry for my last Facebook Live feed, the Riot Act. I had to let it out. I had to vent my anger, you know, my frustration, and I let it out. I've not had one professional in at my door. But at the same time, I'm here for you people, you know, you people. And it keeps giving me the fight. I felt a bit downhearted the last couple of days. I've been with the kids, and I'm spending a lot more time with the kids and enjoying myself, you know. But at the end of the day, I don't go and do what normal people do. I live like you people, you know. All you people suffering forced adoption, I live like you people, and I've got my child back. And the reason I live like you people is because I feel I'm on the house arrest. I get followed down the road, I get followed shopping, I get followed all over the place. My phone calls are listened to, my internet's watched, my videos are watched, you know. So I'm living like you people, you know, treading on eggshells. I mean, my kids have got 100% attendance. They're right up there at the best for core values within the school. We've never missed a day off school. So my fight goes on. I went to court last week with a girl, Kelly Rapson. I don't know the ins and outs of the case, but what I do know is the paperwork was an absolute shambles at the hands of Thurrock Council Social Services. Again, they told me lessons have been learned. They haven't been learned. They're talking absolute rubbish. Again, I've got my missus at the side of me tonight doing my notes and all the rest of it, so you'll have to bear with us again. Thanks for that, babes. Joyce Fincher, hello Jack. Joyce, yeah, thanks a lot, girl. You know, see you part of my work engine of Facebook for change, you know, and justice. I mean, some of these people who I put their names forward to the government when I smashed them in court, again, I'm going to put my work engine's names forward to the government, and I'm going to say I want these cases looked into. Now, some of these cases that they're going to be looking into, they might have been adopted to children, but at the end of the day, these children will know the truth when they get their files themselves, and then reunification might be there, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, don't be disheartened if you think, oh, my kid's gone to adoption, there's nothing he can do. Do you know what I mean? But what I can do, or what I can try and do, is make sure that kid knows the truth. Do you know what I mean? As in, you're my work engine, and this does go on. So thanks a lot, Joyce, for joining us and all the work you've been doing for me. Thanks a lot. Cara, hiya, shared the link, shared and liked. Chuck. Is she from Newcastle? Chuck. Oh yeah. Thanks a lot, Carla, for joining us tonight. Alan Andrews has joined. Thanks a lot, Alan. Them fuckers never emptied my bin this week, mate. Sorry for swearing. But it's going to be clean tonight. I've had my riot act. I've said to the government how it is. And my video's still up there, so I don't know why they're all scared. I mean, you've got Conservative infighting at the minute. So I wonder if that's about me. Because I was part of the Conservative Party. I was used in the 2015 election. Was it 2015? 2015 election. Mine's going everywhere at the minute. Mine's all papers. And I was used by the MP Jackie Dole-Price, who's at the centre of forced adoption. It's absolutely shocking how this MP carries herself, you know what I mean, and the way she goes on to carry herself regarding the community of Thurrock. But it's always Thurrock, Thurrock, Thurrock. And I went to Southend Court. Social workers, mate, they didn't want to see me. And cut a long story short, I had access. The judge granted me to put myself forward to take this baby on an SGO. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the council have got the cheek to say they're going to assess me, but I'm going to fight the council, and I'm not going to be assessed because I've beat them twice after they've assessed me twice. So 3 times. Once when I was a child, they failed me. They failed me with my daughter, and they failed me with my son. So 3 times, man. So they've got a damn cheek for a council. I'm going to fight them because I'm allowed to go in the next court case. And I really do hope it's Judge Lynn Roberts at the helm, you know, because she understands, and I think Judge Lynn Roberts has been following me and sees the progression I've made with my 2 kids, you know, and what I'm doing for the people, and I think she's quite impressed. So thanks a lot for that, Alan. Evening, mates. We love you too. Love you too, bruv. Jackie Cohen, we need change. Jackie Cohen, we do need change. Part of my work engine, gal. Thanks. Sorry, it's a boy, Jackie Dole-Price, to say it on every single video. Jackie Cohen, you're famous for it. Sorry for that again. But yeah, Jackie, Cohen, I think I see you part of my work engine, and I mean that. And mate, it's always for a council. I'd like anybody to contact me regarding Thurrock Council Social Services, whether it be adoption, foster parents, I don't care what it is, long-term foster. We'll get you onto a Facebook Live. I've got shed loads of masks, Viva Vendetta masks. will stick a mask on every single one of you, and I'll tell the community your story and show government just how bad Thurrock Council's failing, because it is really bad. I went to court the other day and the paperwork was a shambles. Wrong baby's name, the lot. So I'm due to meet up with this couple again to look at their paperwork. And this couple might have done wrongs. They might have had domestic violence, they might have had drug issues. I don't know. But most cases do have them type of scenarios. And they got offered a court-appointed advocate. There was no trust. There was no trust. And this is what the courts have got to stop and realise these days, that the advocates in the courts, they're part of the system. And we need to change that, you know. It needs to be real people that run real cases, landmark cases, and won. We need them people to be advocates in our courts, in our family courts, because it do wonders for the people, because they are the real people, you know. It'd be good. So thanks a lot, Jackie, for that. Chris Connors, Daddy, the boy that Chris Connors, that's the boy that the guy that had to bury his boy. Again, that needs looking into, and you know, and I say, Chris, I do see you as a little bit part of my work engine, because I'm a children's rights campaigner, and this boy was failed. No handover book and all the rest of it, and medication. Mate, there's serious failings, you know, and we need to get you on here, Chris, you know. See if we can do it in the next couple of weeks. See what I can do, and we'll try and get you on, you know. So thanks for joining us, Chris. We need to like and share this and get it all around the world. Thanks for everybody that's doing all the work in the States. Believe it or not, I'm going to tell all you Facebook people, I'm getting more popular in the States than I am in the UK, and we need to reverse that and get it the other way round, because it is a big problem all over the world. I mean, I'm starting to get out there in Australia as well, so I'm pretty chuffed about that, to say the least, you know. So thanks a lot for joining us, Chris. Thanks a lot for sharing my posts and all that, right, mate. And I do see you, Chris, as part of my work engine. And if I can, you know, I will put your name up there to government when I smash him in court in the next few weeks. I'm not telling no one when the date is, because that's my show, and I don't like, it's like when I cage fight, I don't tell people, oh yeah, come and watch me fight. I do it, do you know what I mean? I don't need people to come and watch what I do, do you know what I mean? So hence why I'm not going to broadcast the fact of my court case, because I wouldn't want anybody else there other than my work engine at my court case. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my court case silent and go to court, and if it goes on the press and gets press release, then great. But I want my work engine to know when they do say it on the news that I'm taking government to court, that you are my work engine, and I will shout your corner, and I will put your names up there when I speak to Parliament about change. So thanks a lot, Chris. Your name will be put forward, and I'm a children's rights campaigner. I want to look into that as well, you know, mate. So we've got to link up. Keep all your paperwork together. I want to see a lot of it, mate, because I'll pick holes in it left, right and centre. I love it. That's why the social workers wanted me to train and induct them after I beat them in court, because I was that good. Katrina, thanks for joining us tonight. They don't learn anything from mistakes and abuse them. Blues just turn a blind eye, and it is, Katrina. I mean, what would the social workers say, Katrina, if the social workers knocked on your door and says, Katrina, we've got concerns about you, love, and this is what it is. We've had concerns about domestic violence and drug taking. And then what, you turn around to the social worker and said, oh, well, I'm awfully sorry, social worker, lessons have been learned. It doesn't wash, does it, Katrina? And this is what, you've hit the nail on the head like everybody else does. It's the double standards in the MPs, and they don't want to cover it. But they've got no choice in the hashtag Scouse Megaphone, man, because I am going to court. Now, they've tried to silence me. They've tried to buy my silence, and I'm not going to share that with you. But I'm going to let you know that they tried to silence me by paying me. Now, it's not going to work. And BTMK will back me up on that fact, because what I'll say, I don't edit my videos. So, one thing I'm not about is money. I'm in it for change, because I'm in it for therapy. And if Tracy McCarthy and Gary Roy Hilson are going to stop me getting more therapy, when they're going to have to deal with more therapy that I'll need. Because at the end of the day, I'm suffering post-traumatic stress in a way, trying to get change, you know, because I've been a failed looked after child, and I'm fighting for all the people I care about, which is people I love and people that care about my situation and want to get me out there to expose really what's going on in the UK. So thanks a lot, Katrina, thanks for that comment. Joyce Fincher, thanks for all you do. Thanks Joyce, I don't know if you've seen the last Facebook Live, Facebook 7, the Riot Act. I named it the Riot Act because I just had to let rip. I'm sorry if I offended any Facebook viewer of mine or any part of my work engine, but sometimes you really do have to offend people to gain friends. I've got quite a lot of friends who I've had a fight with, and then we're best mates. It's crazy. And that's the kind of people that I'm around, and that friend rapport after that is just second to none. Cy Pryor, I want to give a great big shout out for you up in Warrington area. He's a guy I first met when I was a looked after child, and we did nothing but fight like cat and dog. For the first couple of months we knew each other. You know, we were very violent young lads in a special unit within a school. We become really good friends, staying around his house, all the rest of it. We separated because of our differences, but a big shout going out to you, Cy Pryor. He's a good man, and I think about him a lot. Alan Andrews, I'll have a word about your bin mate. Cheers, Alan. It's the same geezer all the time. I don't know whether he's rubbing me up the wrong way out, but you know, I'll blink and put him to sleep. But I'm not like that, you know what I mean? I'm nice to all the bin workers, you know. I even treat my postman, mate, because at the end of the day, they're fucking not paid enough, and the government are taking the piss out of them. So big shout going out to you, Al. Again, I'm going to go to this court case in Southend to get this baby, because I'm telling you, once I've been at court to get this baby, we're going to see how the land lies with the council, because I've got a good name within the family court system. I've got a good name within the family court system. Within barristers' names, I've got a good name. You know, Wiseman and Lee, solicitors, big shout going out to you, and thanks a lot. They offered me a job regarding children's services, and I declined it. I'm busy, and I've got my own cause, and my own cause is my work engine and change for children's services. But I'm going to go to Southend Court and thank the council for this baby. No way they're assessing me, and I'm going to get this baby. You know, they've got a bleeding cheek. I'm in court in the next few weeks with the government. Got to go and see barrister. In court with them in the next few weeks. So that's going to be interesting. After I've been to court and I've got a result, I'm going to go to the family court because I've nearly finished my threshold statement for my local authority. I'm taking Thurrock Council to the family courts. Now listen, no one else can do this. I can take the model high ground because the government are gagged in my case, so I've got it opposite to everybody else. I'm going to take Thurrock Council to the family court. They're failing children. I can prove their process, both sides of the coin, their statistics, their other failed children and families, regarding freedom of information requests and all the rest of it. So I'm going to seek to remove Thurrock Council's children after I've been to court with the Misty Barnes case to prove that local government, this local council, steal children. Now, then I will seek to remove the Thurrock Council's children. If I get a success out of that, I then move on from council to council that is failing children. The next council I'll be moving on to will be definitely something to do with Cumbria or somewhere around there, because Cumbria has got a place in my heart. Don't ask me why, because I'm not going to tell you. But what I'm going to say is Poppy Worthington, that story's touched me. You know, Ralmont's touched me, so there's a lot of connections with Cumbria and loads of other stuff. So I'd like to get into Cumbria and do what I can up there as well. But I'm going to go on my way to go down to Hertfordshire, because that's another one, Cardiff. All these councils that are failing, so everybody, when people are sharing posts saying, oh, get your appeals ready, get your this ready, get your that ready, mate, the shit's going to hit the fan soon, in me. Because they can't silence me. They tried to silence me with money. Thurrock Council did. Lynn Carpenter, the chief executive, mate. I can prove it. So, at the end of the day, it's shocking. It's shocking how these are behaving. And there's infighting in the Conservative Party. If you look closely on the news lately, there's infighting in the Conservative Party. Now that's down to me. You know, Jacob Rees-Mogg, thank you. You know, because There's MPs within Parliament that are really annoyed about what's been going on with Jackie Dole-Price and Liz Truss. Trust me. They're trying to brush it all off and ignore it all and pretend it's not happening. Now, these are professionals that all went to school together and all the rest of it. They're all in each other's pockets. You do this for me, I'll get you coffee all week, sort of thing, you know what I mean? There's all sorts going on because you sleep in the Houses of Parliament. Who knows what's going on, you know what I mean? And we've got to change the way of politics in this country because it's a joke. Other countries are looking at this country and laughing, mate. Other countries are laughing at the politicians in this country because it's a circus act. They're going on about now, oh maybe we will or maybe we won't have a Conservative leadership election. How many election events are we going to have, you politicians? How many have we had in the last 2-3 years? What, 12? More than that? Crazy, mate. Absolute crazy. And you're not listening to the people and serving to the people. Why aren't you here with hashtag Scouse Megaphone, man? You know what I mean? So that's my plans in hashtag Scouse Megaphone, man. No one can do that. No one's taking the government to court on perjury. I can prove my local council perjured themselves and stole my child. And the government are going to court, the High Court, soon. No one's got that. So my work engine, please, 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 smile your faces off, right? Because I'm putting your name up there. I'm going to put your name right up there, mate. I'm going to follow it through like it's going to be checked and I'm watching it. Because it's got to change. You know, people need justice. Even if I can't turn back the adoption, maybe the child will get to know the truth. So, sit tight, my work engine. Big shout going out to Georgia. Kay Tippin, another part of my work engine. Love you loads, Kay. Can't wait till you come over here, Kay. I'd love to meet you in person. We've inboxed each other and it's all good. Big shout going out to your dad, and I hope he's all well up in Southend. But you ain't got long, girl. It'll fly by that time. So yeah, keep your comments coming in and your questions. My comments are frozen in a minute, so I've just got to blab and blab and blab on, sound a bit like Bob Crow for a little while and see how it goes. But these MPs are something else, you know. We're paying council tax, you know. What's happening with the roads, you know? Shocking, tax everywhere. Petrol, car tax, fines, parking tickets, council tax, TV licence, all goes to government. It's fags, booze. Shocking, mate. It's shocking. But what I am going to do is keep my ideas to myself, because what we've got is people copying me. They're copying what I'm saying politically, so I'm going to stop it. And it doesn't matter how much you copy somebody, when you're put on the spot, like alive or somewhere on the spot, you forget. So it's alright copying people, you know what I mean? So I'm going to keep all my ideas to myself regarding my manifesto and my change for children. Alan Andrews, you're a good man, Jack. Take care. I'm off for now. Thanks for joining us, Al. Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry you can't go. You've got to get up for work and all the rest of it. Tell all your mates about it. Share it all, because these fucking MPs and these councils, mate, they're all for themselves, brother. They don't care about no one else. So a big shout going out to everybody on the bin lorries for Thurrock. Big shout going out to all you boys. My heart's with every one of you. Jackie Khan, cheers, mate. Well, I've get an update on the court case. Cheers, Jackie, you know. Jackie, keep all your part of my work engine, I'll see that. Get all your paperwork ready and all the rest of it, and keep it all sweet. On my court case, sorry, cross wires. My court case, it's not long. Now, I'm not going to say what my court case is, but I'm taking the government to court in terms of Thurrock Council. Now, I'm taking them to court because I can prove they perjured themselves and stole my child. They went back to court on a final hearing to adopt my child and say I was a threat to national security, meaning a terrorist, a violent armed robber, so they doubled up on their perjury. Now, no one else can say that because they'll get arrested, you know. Check out Gary Roy Elson and Tracy McCarthy. They went back outside Tower Hamlets when I was not with them. The police turned up, give them all dispersible notices and orders, and told them to clear off. You know what I mean? So they should know better that, and that's why Tracy's saying how I can't be trusted, because they get moved on now and they're gagged. They don't do these like Facebook lives, we don't care rubbish. You know what I mean? Absolute shocking. This Tracy McCarthy, She was wishing upon her daughter to lose her newborn baby to social services. Now, I wouldn't dream that on my worst enemy. And for Tracy McCarthy to be on Facebook, oh yeah, she's going to lose, I hope she loses her child to forced to adoption and all. Shocking, mate. That's your own daughter, Tracy McCarthy. You should be ashamed of yourself. So you shouldn't be trusted. And we'll move on anyway, because she's not here to defend herself. But that's what she did, my Facebook engine. That's what Tracy McCarthy did. Shocking, mate. And if anyone's got any questions, contact Ellie Lee Griffin. She'll tell you all about it. Black haired girl. Lovely girl she is. And her family. There's two sides to the story, and there is. But Tracy McCarthy and Gary Roy Hilson. Not everybody can be wrong. Social workers are talking bollocks. They're corrupt. Kafkas are corrupt. The police are in it. Child snatchers and all the rest of it. Paedophile protectors and all the rest of it. It's a joke, mate. You know what I mean? It's a joke. Look into the real issues of that before you start making comments. Tracy McCarthy saying I can't be trusted. Look where I'm going, Tracy. I'm off to the High Court to take the government. Bring it down, mate. Legally committing treason. I am, all you Facebook viewers. For you, the work engine. People that love me for change. Real people. Thanks a lot, Jackie. Yeah, give us an update on that, Jackie. Keep all your papers, everything, please. Try and write off and try and get papers that you haven't got as well. Minutes for meetings and all the rest of it. Because Jackie, I'll put your name up there, mate, and I'll follow it through. Because you'll see you're part of my work engine. And thanks for the work you do for me. Joyce Fincher, good luck with your court case. Hope all goes well. Thanks a lot, Joy. Mate, I can't wait to get to court because I'm going to be there before the press. And when the press get there, I'm going to be standing at the door and you're going to see my body language, because I used to be a dancer in London for quite a few years. I used to dance for rain dance back in the day of Astor House parties and stuff. So I'm going to stand outside the court and I'm going to shoot the social workers or the council up the pavement and into the court. It's going to be a circus act to watch on the telly if it goes on the news. But the governments are shitting themselves. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why all these cuts are here, all over the place, because this is a landmark case. I can prove the Crown pays you the Crown in Thurrock Council and nick kids. So this is the centre of forced adoption. The heart of that is MP Jackie Doyle-Price and Elizabeth Truss. It now involves Mr Liddington, the Justice Secretary. He knows all about these live feeds, done nothing. So all three of them, do you know what I mean? Theresa May needs to do something. So thanks a lot, Joyce, and thanks for that good luck. I do need it, even though I'm serving and they haven't got a fucking bat. Sorry for swearing, but I'm passionate for change, and I'm calling it Thrust Passion. Hashtag Gas Megaphone Man, the social service party, you know, and that's the way we're going to go at it. Chris Connors, Daddy, now we've buried my son, do social services, have a say with that, what happens with my son. Mate, we can try and get it looked into with government, you know. You're part of my work engine, Chris, right? But what I don't want you to do, Chris, is run off backstabbing me or anything like that. I'm not saying that you do, but please don't, you know. People have got to clear their name, mate. I'm not friends with them, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to keep I'm not slagging them off, and they're not here to defend themselves. But Chris, mate, I'll get the government to look into it when I get up there and smash them, because I can take the moral high ground. Now, it ain't only me, it's these as well who I'll give a shit about, and that's you people, you know, and watch me. So, thanks for a lot, Joyce, thanks for that, Chris, Jackie, Alan Andrews, see you soon, mate. Katrina, we are being run by a bunch of wrong-uns. They're double standards, these MPs, and we need to change the way of politics. It's all right rushing into these processes. You know, one, it costs money to start a political party. Two, you've got to have the gift of the gab politically. And three, you've got to have a good memory. I've got the advantage is I've got a landmark case, and I might be able to take the government's children off of them in terms of Thurrock Council. Once I've been to court with the government, I'm going to seek to remove the council's children because of their practices and all the rest of it. I've got loads of evidence. Put it all in the threshold statement, and I'm going to take them to the family court. And I'm hoping and praying it's Judge Lynn Roberts, because she's the most experienced judge now for family and law, one of the most experienced. And I'll take my hat off to the woman, and I think she likes me. So I hope it's her when I take the local authority to court, because she's transparent for change. Well, it could be Monday, you never know. But it's going to be cracking, and I can't wait. Been out and bought a few shirts for the occasion when I go to court from Savile Row. You know, can't wait. I can't wait to go to court and take the government to court. So fingers crossed, all you people, and we'll see what happens. Big shout going to all you fathers that are paying for maintenance and not seeing your kids. I am about change in the social service party, but the steps I've got to take: one, it costs money; two, I need more notoriety; and by me taking government and smashing them in court proves that Jeremy Corbyn's not for the people, and he's not going to hold the government to account. And I'm going to take over, and I'm going to run the show, because we're sick of these councils, man. You know, extravagant wages, and they're cutting and pasting, and they're messing around these social workers, and it's going to change in the social service party. And I'm not going to go into my ideas and all the rest of it, because I'm being monitored and being copied by other people that want to do what I do. But unfortunately, they're not going to get the notoriety that I'm going to get. So eventually, after that, either join the bandwagon or just sit and watch. And it's just a shame that we can't all club together, you know, on this, because I am the man of the people. If I weren't a man of the people, I'd be sitting here every Sunday night and during the week talking to all you people. But I'd like to have a few questions off all you people who are logged on tonight, you know, because it helps me do the show, and it helps involve you lot and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? It'd be great if we could have someone on Facebook Live. I'm trying to get this social worker on Facebook Live, because she's so nervous to go on telly. It's a shame, you know, that we can't get her on, because she says Cumbria Council is failing. You know, Cumbria is failing shockingly. Social services. You know, the left arm don't know what the right arm's doing, and that is exactly what's going on all around the country by the sounds of it. So government need me. I professionalise in social services. There's no part of social services I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'll smash my local council in court. So if any of you people, would like me to come to court in Essex, I'll come to court with you. But I can't promise anything. I can't promise to bring the kids home. You know, it'd be nice if I had a big place and I could take everybody's kids. Do you know what I mean? And then I could have my assessment team, because my plans are to open assessment centres, independent from the council, under Barnes and Co. So I've got lots and lots happening regarding children's services. I mean, I'm going to open contact centres. I'm going to open lots of stuff. You know, and I'm going to have the funding to do it, because I'm going to take all the government's money off of them. And yet it is about money, because we're sick and tired of those people being told lessons have been learned, because it's a load of rubbish. You know, lessons have not been learned. You know, they said that in my daughter's case. At the same time they're saying it, they're leaving my son to be abused. Same social workers. The BBC don't want to come near me in the press. So be it. So be it. You know, I'll just crack on. If they don't want me, crack on. You know, I'll go on. You know, we've got Facebook Live, we've got YouTube going on there. I'm getting out there. You know, it'd be great if I could go to the States and turn up at a few demonstrations there and that, you know, because this is a worldwide problem. You know, and where we've got this economic people coming from other countries, coming for looking for work, you know, and it's crazy, man. It just feels like all the human beings on the planet are heading for the UK and Europe, and we're over colonising the planet, you know, and what's getting on in the way is what I call dictators. It's all greed, oil. It's for oil. It's for one thing or another, land. Oh mate, you know what I mean? Instead of just making the world a nice place for everybody, do you know what I mean? It's ruthless. It's absolute ruthless. But again, I'll give a big shout out going out to all them crying fathers, man, because I've been a crying father. I know what it's like, and I am going to try and make change, as in making changes in social service party for them people, you know, because them men do need a voice. It's ruthless. And big shout going out to Elmo. Respect for him and all his boys and all his followers. I think the guy's amazing, the way he takes the mick out of the ballot paper. He's always impressed me. Paul Rogers, is it? Paul Roberts, big shout going out to you, mate. A guy that inspired me, hashtag Scouts Megaphone, man. You wouldn't have a hashtag Scouts Megaphone, man, if it wasn't for that guy. Paul Roberts inspired me, And I'm never going to forget that, and I'm going to meet Paul Roberts one day and shake him by the hand, because he touched me, you know, when I was going through what I'm going through, and he's inspired me to do what I'm doing. So you wouldn't have a hashtag Scouse Megaphone Man today if it weren't for him. So everyone should big him up for that. Give him a pat on the back for it, because I've been a failed looked after child, man. I know how these kids are feeling that are being stolen off of you people. The social services don't understand. They don't understand the way the child's behaving after it's been stolen or taken off of the family. Now, the social workers are putting that behaviour down to the parents' neglect, and it ain't. You know? Now, these kids should be assessed going into care, and they're not. You know, the damage you're doing to a child, taking it off the mother and the father and putting it into care, it's not taken into consideration by social workers. And they're saying, oh yeah, we'll put them with this stranger. It's shocking. And then this kid's left to feel like, well, where's my mum gone? Or where's the social worker gone? It's left in the room crying at bedtime. It can cry all night. You know, and it's going to ask to go to the toilet. It's going to ask for everything, this child, and it's just going to rebel pointedly, blankly. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No. You know what I mean? And the kid's getting problems, runs off. It's shocking. I mean, there's a Nick Tolpot, big shout going out to you, Nick, over in Kent. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. He's a boy that's run for safety, and his mum and the government have nicked the man. I know Nick should have phoned the old bill and said, like, he's turned up again. But why aren't you bleeding listening to this little boy, Nick? Little boy, why aren't you listening to him? It's shocking. I'm glad that boy's got my phone number, because if they bang your mum up, if you're listening and watching, Nick Tolpot, or your son, if your mum goes to prison, come and visit me. I mean, it's nice chatting to you on the phone, but come and see me if you run off. I'll meet you at the ferry anyway, into Essex. But I'm a lot more relaxed tonight, and the reason I'm a lot more relaxed tonight is because I've had a shandy or two, because I don't drink, so a shandy makes me light-headed. I'll probably fall asleep straight away, but I'm off to see my barrister. I'm in such a good mood, man. I'm in such a good mood, because we're talking about going to court with the government, preparing themselves and nicking the kid. The comments are still frozen. It's shocking, you know. I'll get on the Facebook Live and all the rest of it, and this happens and that happens and this happens. So it's all the gremlins getting out there. Theresa May, man, we've got to look into this. You know. Again, if I've offended anybody, my viewers, I'm sorry. Forced adoption, it needs looking into. Social workers, they're not telling the truth. The paperwork's a shambles, man. Who's watching this paperwork? How's the legal team in these councils getting away with it? Do you know what I mean? How are you getting away with it? It's a 26-week court process, and Thurrock Council can't meet that. They spend thousands upon thousands each case of the electorate's money, the taxpayers' money. It's like a game of Monopoly to them. It's a laugh and a joke. I got a lot of respect when I got caught last week by the barristers, by the their parents' barristers, solicitors. They gave me and my missus a lot of respect. They was amazed on what we knew and how we was conducting ourselves. Now, we walked in there in normal clothes. We didn't dress up like we was someone special, because we're not. We don't want people to feel uneasy, because we know how the people feel. Big long words, all your nice clothes on with your nice gold on and your nice watch. People don't like seeing that. Do you know what I mean? And that's what these MPs forget when there's children's debates. They're all turning out, you know what I mean, for their expenses. They're double standards. And if you're MPs, I know there's quite a few of you watching. It's such a shame. You know what I mean? I'm not aggressive. I'm thrust passion, you MPs. Please, don't be afraid to approach me. You know? Loose lips sink ships. I know that. I'm a man of the street. I can always walk in the footsteps of Left Behind. The Prince of Left Behind, I can reach a walking. So loose lips do sink ships, and I'll be careful what I'm saying and all the rest of it. But it would be nice if I could speak to any MPs, because I do look up to you MPs, and I do watch the Lords religiously and all the rest of it, and it's just a shame the select committees are not running as often as they should be for the people to see, but governments again don't want to see that. You know, I remember when I first started watching it, it was the Byfield payoff for the BBC. Millions of pounds, mate. Stop Byfield's taking them to court. So the BBC paid them off. So don't tell everyone about the committee rooms when they're talking about that. And the failed PFI contracts, you know for the green fuels. The government don't say nothing about the failed PFI contracts. Millions of pounds having to be sent to Europe, failed contracts, mate. Yeah, all our waste, all our bio waste goes to Europe and comes back as fuel. Yeah, we pulled out. Britain pulled out of a contract with them after they built incinerators or whatever they did to take this rubbish to turn it into fuel. And the government folded in on the contract, and now it's called a failed PFI contract, which is select committee room. And I watched that one as well. Millions of pounds we have to pay every year because of failed contracts. Government don't tell you about all that wasted money, but they want to squeeze the people's money. Do you know what I mean? So it's an absolute joke. Social services and the government waste so much money in social care, and I know where all the holes are in where all their wasted money is going. And all they have to do is communicate. That is all they have to do. And they have to communicate in the way I show them or I do it, as in the social service party, because it's the only way we're going to make children be the best as what they can when they leave care. Because children are leaving care, 40% fail. So what social workers are doing is taking these kids, oh yeah, we're going to take the model high ground, lessons have been learned, we're going to throw you out of care, and then we're going to target you later. Because you pissed us off in care, we're going to target you later when you're off kids. That's what social workers do. In my case, I think I can prove my social worker, who Nick Misty, was my social worker when I was a child. Now if that's true, governments are fucked. They're fucked. I'm going to say it like that because I'm calm. And I'm relating to you people because that's how you understand it, my work engine. So government, they're scared. They're scared. And there's infighting now starting to divide within the Conservative Party. And they're all just brushing it all off like it's Brexit, Brexit, Brexit and all this, that and the other, the single market. What a load of rubbish, mate. The constitutions of this laws of this land, with the Lords and all the rest of it, you know, I watch it religiously. 270,000 posts were removed. 270,000 posts removed for security reasons off of social media. It's absolutely shocking. Because they threaten government. You know, they're all asking for protection and all that because the threats on social media and all the rest of it. You can't say nothing about my feeds, you know, because I'm thrust passion at the same time. Do you know what I mean? I'm shouting in my corner because these TV people, you don't want to know, mate. Theresa May did say she was going to tackle injustices. You know, where are you, Theresa May? Again, the Grenfell Tower, that'll just go on and on and on and on, and it won't be heard. Big shout going out to Majid on LBC. Big shout going out to you, mate. I've got a lot of respect for you, Majid. So if you're watching, thanks a lot. But yeah, Theresa May said she was going to tackle all the injustices that are going on. Where are you, Theresa? We did go on a sunny bus ride round Thurrock on an open top bus, Theresa May. All you people that follow me have seen my photographs, me and Theresa sitting in an office. So it's shocking how everybody's avoiding it, you know what I mean? Because, mate, it's serious stuff what I'm going to take the government to court on. So all you people that are following me, we need to share this because I'm going to be the man for the people. I'm going to slowly catch me monkey, and that's what I'm about. So you've got all the cross-party fighting at the minute, in talking within the Conservative Party, and it's just shocking how these MPs behave. You know, the GDP now 5.6%. The GDP spent on education. You know, it's just not enough. It's not enough, and these teachers are suffering abuse off children. some teachers are scared to go to work and don't want to go to work, but again, the Social Service Party is going to look into that. And it's going to be a lot better than 5.6% spent on education through the Social Service Party, because I'm about rolling funds, and my ideas are rolling ideas that make money for themselves. So that's what I'm about in #Scouts Megaphone, man. So again, the government are not spending enough money on education. 5.6% of GDP is not enough, all you MPs, you know. And I know where you can get the money from, because I know where you're wasting a hell of a lot of money, you know, regarding social services, you know. Just by communicating, I could save you loads of money. Millions I could save you. Giving you ideas, I could raise you millions. All MPs and lords in this country take oath to allegiance to the Queen and the heirs and our successors. It's not for the people, because if it was for the people, where are they? You know, I'm proving and I'm accusing local government and council perjuring themselves. Now, that's a serious allegation on all my Facebook lives. So, all you MPs and all you lords, if any of you are watching, I mean, this country is looking on, man, and seeing what a shambles it really is, and what you're ignoring, because you're all swear allegiance to the Queen and the heirs of the successors, but you're not living up to the fact, as in #Scouts Megaphone, man. So again, I'll say to you, Theresa May, what are you going to do? Are you going to turn a blind eye to it? What are you going to do? Mr Liddington, you took oath to this country and the laws of the allegiance to this country, so I think you should be taking notice, like Facebook Live, and doing something about it within Thurrock Council. So that's another thing I'd like to touch on. Baroness Vere of Norbiton. If you're going to defend the law of the UK, girl, well, let's defend the law of the UK, Baroness Vere of Norbiton, because at the end of the day, there's MPs out there that do it properly, and it's just not right. It's forced adoption and councils and social workers doing what they want and not being held to account. The HCPC, the Healthcare Professionals Council, that's no good. That's no good whatsoever. And the kids that are getting failed in the care system, mate, it's shocking. And I'm here to change that and bring awareness to the government at the forefront of it, mate. The views and comments of all frozen, please share this. This needs to go out at one Misty Barnes on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter and see me tell the government just how it is, because I don't hold back, I'll say how it is. But again, it would be nice, Baroness Vere of Norbiton, for you to defend the laws of this country and see what you can do on #Scouts Megaphone Man and his allegations regarding Thurrock Council and perjuring themselves to steal children, my children. The Lords introduced the bill at the first reading. Again, the right to die at home, and again, I'm a children's rights campaigner and I'm speaking for this Charlie Dog. If this boy has he got a right to die at home? Do you know what I mean? One time his parents were calling for his boy to go home, you know, and they was being stopped. I mean, what right does the government and the NHS, it might be a fantastic hospital and there's brilliant people, and I'm thankful for all the work that people do in Great Ormond Street for children, you know, and all you professionals, thanks a lot, but at the same time, and the government, how have you got an audacity, I'm a children's rights campaigner, to take the law into your own hands and play God with these parents' children? You should be able to do what you want with this kid. You know, they should be able to take them for treatment, they should be able to do what they want. And again, I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon, but I am a children's rights campaigner. And I think it's just wrong, you know, the way the government and these lords are behaving at the minute, and I think there needs to be change. So yeah, I have to touch on that, Charlie Guard, but I've always wanted to go down there and shout their corner, but again, it's not my fight, you know, and they're in a stressful time, you know. I think my heart goes out to the family, their two parents, because they look like they've been through a bleeding fight and a half, man. And I'll take my hat off to that geezer, you know. Them two people are so strong. I'll take my hat off to Charlie Guard's parents, man. Big up to you, pair. I move on. All my comments are frozen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a day with the Facebook Live tonight. Big shout going out to everybody that likes and share this. Follow me on YouTube. I'm going to put it onto YouTube, put it onto Twitter, and send it onto the government. one of me people on as a guest, but I am going to make change. So thanks to all my work engine, and again I'll be back on Sunday, Facebook Live, to raise awareness on forced adoption, on some more news feed on hashtag Scouse Megaphone Man, going to court with the government because I'm off to see my legal team before next Sunday, so I'm not going to say when it is, to talk about my day in court. So I can't wait to go to court, and I want all you people to please like and share this. Hashtag Scouse Megaphone Man, the children's rights campaigner, hashtag school governor to be, and I'm going to do what I can for the school when I'm due to be a governor. So at the end of the day, big up to that school, they know who you are. Big up to all the parents in that school, doing a fantastic job getting the kids in, and getting an outstanding Ofsted. Regarding all the teachers, big shout going out to all you lot, anyone that's watching. So again, I'll see you all next week, Facebook Live Sunday, hashtag Scouse Megaphone Man. See you all soon.